Yo, what up? Ross Timotheos, High Priest of the Temple Divine. Spiritual states of consciousness. Spiritual states of consciousness. Higher states of awareness. Seek the sacred wisdom. Spiritual intentions. Spiritual states of consciousness. Higher states of awareness. Seek the sacred wisdom. Spiritual intentions. Spiritual states of consciousness. I'm astral traveling through the universe. Cosmic flow I'm transmitting. I'm flowing through the unseen matter. Yeah, it's hidden. I'm one with the divine mind. Yeah, I can feel it. Purify my mind. Stays higher than the ceiling. Medicinal plants and natural remedies for the healing. I go back to the ancient ways. Organic physicians. Doing the ancient meditation. Study metaphysics. Mind to the astral plane, yeah, no limits. Ross Timotheos on the mic, I'm spitting. Going through the space zone, yeah, I'm whipping. Mix up the oceans, the nectar of life, we sipping. Spiritual states of consciousness, higher states of awareness. Seek the sacred wisdom, spiritual intentions. Seek the sacred inner wisdom. Realize your higher self manifested in a vision. Seek the sacred inner wisdom. Realize your higher self manifested in a vision. Seek the sacred inner wisdom. Realize your higher self manifested in a vision. Seek the sacred inner wisdom. Realize your higher self manifested in a vision. Let the higher self speak through you like a sound system. The ancient ones are back. The gods have arisen. Realize your higher self. Become the ruler of your kingdom. Stay meditate on sound. Take a listen. Psychoactive plants activate my nervous system. Allow me to realize that I am the solar system. All I'm trying to do is seek the sacred inner wisdom. Wisdom flows flowing through the nervous system. Union with the absolute, in tune with the rhythm. Realize you truly are in tune with the spirit. Spiritual state of consciousness, yeah, no limit. Spiritual state of consciousness, higher states of awareness. Seek the sacred wisdom, spiritual intentions. Spiritual states of consciousness, higher states of awareness. Seek the sacred wisdom, spiritual intentions. Seek the sacred inner wisdom. Realize your higher self manifested in a vision. Seek the sacred inner wisdom. Realize.
All right, now that's Ross Timotheos, High Priest of the Temple Divine. Seek the sacred inner wisdom. Peace and greetings, everyone. You are tuned into Temple Divine, Indigenous University of Metaphysics. This is Ross Timotheos, High Priest of the Temple Divine, speaking. I am the author of over 10 books and spiritual advisor to help others understand from a metaphysical perspective and learn the ancient practices of healing and spiritual, magical, and shamanic cultivation and arts. I personally help those who are beginning and getting started, even interested in spirituality, magic, shamanism, and ready to take it to the next level. Even if you have no concept or understanding of spiritual metaphysical sciences or never accessed the spiritual realm, or who want to learn it or learn how to practice spirituality, magic, and shamanism, but don't know who to ask or learn from. The Temple Divine offers the metaphysical solution to a lot of issues we face as human beings today, and we focus on the spiritual arts of self-cultivation, as well as metaphysical concepts found in all mythologies, as well as providing a basic understanding of the spiritual and magical practices for indigenous peoples, even those who are not indigenous, but seek to understand the truth and dispel some lies. And so here we are today, live broadcasting. If you guys are viewing, I'm glad that you guys are able to tune in today. And without further ado, let's get started.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna put my screen on. All right, can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right, go ahead and mute. All right, first and foremost, my name is Priest Elijah Akwesi of the Temple of Divine University of Metaphysics. I'm also a self-published author. I've wrote a book. It's on Amazon. If you want to get it, you can go to www.amazon.com and just put in understanding religion, and you should see my name come up, Elijah Akwesi. So I'm also a spiritual advisor, helping people understand those that have never dealt with metaphysics or spiritual cultivation or magic, into the occult sciences, the hidden knowledge. Um, we deal with spiritual cultivation, self-healing, show you how to heal yourself, with it through, psychologically, emotionally, and everything else. So without further ado, this is Indigenous People Rising, Part 2. Now, let's go ahead. Also, this is Temple of Divine University of Metaphysics production. We do ask, if you would please, if you do decide to use our videos, all rights reserved. If you would like to use our videos, please contact us. We're on Facebook, Elijah Akwesi, or you can contact Tim Kelly on Facebook. So it says the essence of mind power. It says we do not have to wait for future discoveries in the connection with powers of the human mind for evidence that the mind is the greatest force known to mankind. We know now that any idea, aim, or purpose that is fixed in the mind and held there with a will to achieve or attain its physical or material equivalent purpose, puts into motion powers that cannot be conquered. This was quoted by Napoleon Hill. So you understand what we finna go into. We finna go into the deeper levels of inside of melanin, and not just melanin, deeper insights on the spiritual side of self, the will part of self, that part of yourself, that desire. So it says understanding or evoke in a very specific sense to refer to calling up powers, effects and entities from within ourselves, and also invoking powers in the special sense of conjure, to charge or to entreat earnestly or solemnly, to summon by, or as if by invocation or incantation, to effect or effect by, or as if by magic, to bring to mind. So now, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna be dealing with when we're talking about dealing with your own powers. And I'm getting ready to go to a video. Let me know if you can hear it. Thing I want to say is the great old ones is coming back. Can you hear that?
We can hear it.
All right.
The great old ones. The first thing I want to say is the great old ones is coming back. And we the great old ones. Magic. Over 100 million people worldwide practice voodoo. You say, yeah, you must be one of the fallen angels. I said, correct. We are the fallen angels. Some might call it black magic. But surely never civilized person such things. Magic. Sorcery and witchcraft. Demons. The taboo is the taboo. We tapping into ourselves. Magic. We are the ones that got trapped down here in the physical and became mindless slaves for a remnant of God what was our children. Have you ever seen yourself through the eyes of someone else that doesn't know? Because ain't none of them niggas come under this magic. Interesting. And because ain't none of them niggas come under this magic. Only an insider knows the secrets and mysteries. How far down the rabbit hole do you want to go? If you want to plumb the secrets of voodoo, you'll have to wait for the end of the world. This reality, the real trick to life is not to be in the know, but being a mystery. Everyone in the street, what's happening within us will create what's happening outside of us. In Hades, the Caribbean, and the world, we say that's magic. It's going to pour libations to none other than our own power. Dead ancestors. Practitioners. Earthly cultures. Magic. Oh, now don't tell me you believe all that mumbo jumbo. Oh, now don't tell me you believe all that mumbo jumbo. I've been there long enough. Magic. I heard Dr. Quantum. Everybody just kiss them. I know it's real. That's how I do my magic on the court. You think you'll fight the white man with a goddamn gun? This is fucking crazy. Fuck it. You think you'll fight a white man with a goddamn gun? Niggas, you crazy? Only way you can fuck that crack up window is this shit. Dark side. Dark side. Dark side.
So now you see the introduction to what I'm gonna just go skip. I'm gonna skip to 44:38. And here's a commercial.
They talk about these particular occult forces, and occult means hidden inside of the body. So we're dealing with ultra extra dimensions of melanin. And ultimately, that's what magic is. Magic is only synthesizing the melanin or the occult power inside of you and bringing it through to the physical world. So you can manipulate these energies to do what you want and to maneuver into the physical world. This is something that's coming from inside of you. You understand? So the whole time you are all afraid of these entities that you don't want to deal with, who would ever know that they were on the inside of your body? This is what I'm trying to convey here as a precursor to magic, to say that all this stuff is going on the inside of us. Y'all, you understand? Going on the inside of us. You see, now, I just want to go through a few things. This is the...
So as you can see, from the video, you talking about conjuring these energies from within. So everything that you say that you are afraid of is actually within inside of you. So you see what I'm saying? So it's inside of you. You know, the brother said it many times, you know, in the previous videos dealing with the chakras. You know, Even when you go into the Book of the Dead and the other Egyptian texts, your energy system or your chakras are in their worlds, you know, their worlds with their doorways to different higher dimensions, higher and lower dimensions. You see what I'm saying? So in order to access the higher levels, you would have to access the different levels of consciousness and expand your consciousness by opening yourself up. You see what I'm saying? So now it says evoking higher spiritual powers, the Egyptian mysteries. There exists a faculty in the human mind which is immeasurably superior to all those which are grafted or engrafted in by us. By it, we attain to union with superior intelligences, finding ourselves raised above the scenes of this earthly life and partaking in the higher existence and superhuman powers of the inhabitants of the celestial spheres. So this is what we're talking about. We're talking about, and the brother also did a lesson before on the melanocytes and how these melanocytes, this Damionic substances that's inside of our bodies. That's where you get the so-called people, you know, in church say, "Oh, that person got a demon." Okay, where did it come from? You see what I'm saying? It's only there is. See, it's all opposite. It first starts within. All of these powers that we talk about, that we, you know, talk about on an everyday basis, you know, is all within you. You see what I'm saying? So it's just another aspect of yourself that you can reawaken. It's unconscious behavior. We done dealt with the psyche in many different videos, but it's unconscious behavior. This is something that's coming from the other you that exists on the multi-dimensional plane or multi-dimensional beings. When you go to sleep, how is that you have another life? Because that's the real life that you're living. You're only here to elevate yourself and to cultivate yourself so that you can be outside of space and time, so that you won't have to worry about this human life. This is a school, this is a playground. You're here to learn how to maneuver and how to use your powers. So it says, so what is magic? Magic is using the occult, which means when you look up this word in a dictionary or you find you a very good definition of the word occult, it means hidden. So that's all it means. So it says magic. So what is magic? Magic is using the occult or hidden powers from within and manifesting it into the physical realm. So it says the magic has always been within you. So magic has always been within you. And those of you who wouldn't agree, then how is it that somebody is able to influence you to do something against your will? Or you've done it to others, influenced someone to do something against their will. That's called magic. Magic is all around you. It's all around you. So you might as well tap into it if it's all around you, because that's what everything is. You see what I'm saying? So going into the next slide, Thoth, god of the moon and magic and writing. So if you want to know who Thoth, Thoth, however you want to pronounce it, you want to research this book and go get a book called the Emerald Tablets. You can get the PDF or you can get the actual book. You can type in Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Emerald Tablets of Thoth. You'll want to get this book. You'll want to get this book because it goes deep into the aspect of alchemy and transformation of the soul. You see, and how to travel on different dimensions, and wisdom on how to elevate your consciousness and to find that your divine self. So this is Thoth. Lord Thoth. Thoth's other names include Djehuti, Jehuti, Tehuti, 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 no, excuse me, Tehuti and Tehuti, Zehuti and Tichu, or Techu, Lord of Kaminu, one of Thoth's titles, 3 times great. Great was translated into the Greek as Trismegistos, making Hermes Trismegistus. So if you want to know about this, you'll want to go um, to the Hermetic text. Go get the Hermetic text. You can go get all the Hermetic books online for free. Just go to esotericlibrary.org. I think it's .org or .com, one of those things. One of those two is this uh esoteric library. And in the esoteric library, you will find in this library, you will find the Hermetic text, the Gnostic scripts, Gnosticism, about Buddhism, all those different things you will find in there. You will find the Apocrypha, you will find 1611 King James. All of these books you'll find online for free. You can download them straight to your computer. All right. So get the Hermetic text. If you want to understand the Bible, that's the first thing you got to do. You got to go get the Hermetic text. Get the Hermetic text, then read the Bible. Then you will see what's really going on. So it says Thoth was considered one of the more important deities of the Egyptian pantheon, often depicted with the head of an ibis. His feminine counterpart was Seshet. So the goddess Seshet was his feminine counterpart. That was his woman. Thoth became credited by the ancient Egyptians as the inventor of writing and alphabets, hieroglyphs themselves. He was also considered to have been the scribe of the underworld, and the moon became essentially considered a separate entity. Now that Thoth had less association with it and more with wisdom, for this reason, Thoth was universally worshipped by the ancient Egyptian scribes. Thoth, the scribe, wrote the story of our reality, then placed it into the grids for us to experience and learn through alchemy and time and consciousness. So when you read the Emerald Tablets, it's going into alchemy, time, and consciousness, the laws of the universe, cause and effect, all of these things like that. You got to know these universal laws. You got to put these universal laws into your spirit, your soul, your unconscious mind. You got to program yourself with the laws of the universe. Meditate on them day and night.
Yes, when you start to cultivate the powers of what the brother is talking about, you start to understand yourself in another way, and you start to take on information about yourself in a way that is beyond one's ordinary states of awareness, ordinary states of consciousness. Yeah.
Most definitely. It says Thoth became credited as the inventor of the 365-day calendar. It being said that he had won the extra 5 days by gambling with the moon. And understand, people out there that's listening, when you read these mythologies, when you hear things like gambling with the moon, please don't think with the rational mind. Please don't. Please don't think with that rational, with the conscious mind. It's not, like literally saying he played dice and rolling dice in your hand with the moon. We should be past this by now. It's 2016. But of course, those of us who, don't know this already, because I know a lot of people might say, well, what's that? Well, you got to understand, what do you think mythology is? What do you think mysteries is for? That's why Christ came in the New Testament, the Bible, talking in parables, because he knew simple-minded people would just think with a rational mind and say, oh, you taking that literally. A lot of things, any of you who out there is a hip hop artist, you know what metaphors is. You know what allegories is. All right, so let's understand that straight. For one, and 72 2 of its light, 5 equals 360 72. When the Enald and the Ogdode system started to merge, one result was that for time, Horus is an Egyptian god or principle in the ancient Egyptian system. Everybody know this. Horus was considered a sibling of Isis, Osiris, Set, and Nephthys. And so it was said that Hathor Nut had been cursed against having children during the 360-day year, but was able to have these 5 over the 5 extra days won by Thoth. So he's responsible for that. Thoth was a master magician. The Egyptians credited him as the author of all works of science, religion, philosophy, magic. The Greeks declared him the inventor of astronomy, astrology, the science of numbers, mathematics, geometry, land surveying, medicine, bate, theology, civilized government, the alphabet, reading, writing, oratory. They further claim he was a true author of every work of every branch of knowledge, human and divine. Egyptologists disagree on the Thoth's nature depending on their view of Egyptian pantheon. Most Egyptologists today say with Sir Flinders Petrie that Egyptian religion was strictly polytheistic, in which Thoth was to be a separate god. Thoth would be the aspect of Ra, which the Egyptian mind would relate to the heart and the tongue. So he was the heart and the tongue of Ra. His roles in the Egyptian mythology were many. Thoth served as a mediating power, especially between good and evil, making sure neither had a deceptive victory over the other. The ancient Egyptians regarded Thoth as one self-begotten and self-produced. He was and what do you think of when you think of a priest king? And I'm quite sure those of you out there who have studied the Bible will know what I'm talking about. What do you think of when it says he was self-begotten and self-produced? He was master of both, and also when you look at Thoth, he was king. He was a king and priest. He was the office of a king and priest at the same time, ruling in Atlantis. You can look this up. That sounds like Melchizedek. Melchizedek. You see what I'm saying? So Melchizedek, when you read the scripture in the book of Hebrew, when he ran into Abraham in the book of Genesis, he was a king without no father or mother. No father or mother. Go read the book of Genesis. Put in Google, if you don't know your Bible, put in on Google Bible scripture on Melchizedek. It's gonna come up where Abraham ran into Melchizedek, paid him tithes and everything. He was king and priest. He had no father or mother. So, he was the master of both physical and mortal, i.e., divine law, making proper use of Ma'at. Ma'at, if those of you don't know what it is, that's a female goddess with her wings stretched out. She represents balance, the divine balance of nature, righteous judgment, truth, righteousness, truth and righteous judgment. Everyone in Egypt in the Kemetic studies or anyone in ancient time understood that If you're going to judge, judge lawfully, speak the truth, and nothing but the truth. When you stand in court, that's what they tell you. Speak the truth, and they make you put your hand on the Bible, and you swear oath and say, truth, nothing but the truth. They understand these Ma'atian principles, even in government. Of course, they don't uphold them, but that's another topic. So, Ma'at, you must speak the truth out of your mouth. He is credited with making the calculations for the establishment of the heavens, stars, earth, and everything in them. Compare this to how his feminine counterpart Ma'at was the force which maintained the universe. He has said, so you talking about nature, the balancing of nature. Sometimes nature can, everybody always say, Mother Nature this, Mother Nature that, but do you actually know who Mother Nature is? She keeps balance in order. If she causes a tornado and cause a tsunami, kill 10,000, then the next day she's gonna be sunny and bright, and she gonna have a rainbow out, and say, I'm sorry. All of these things, man. Gotta understand nature to understand what I'm talking about. He is said to direct the motions of the heavenly bodies. Without his words, the Egyptians believed the gods would not exist. His power was also unlimited in the underworld and raveled that of Ra and Osiris. So as you can see, this is Lord Thoth. He was a master magician. He understood alchemy, the principles of alchemy and magic, writing. All of these things is the creativity part of yourself. All of these things, when you start tapping into your creativity, you understand these Thoth principles. Each and every one of us is Thoth when we're thinking in our right minds. When we're not thinking on the intelligence and divine intelligence, then you're not thinking like Thoth, a creator, the brother, a creator creates original creations. You're able, whether it's music, whether it's you're able to write a book, you're able to create languages. All these things is attributes of Thoth. All right. So it says now you want to talk about the rising of a people and the rising forth of the great old ones, just like what it said in the video. The great old ones is back. Yes, this is the indigenous people rising. This is the sleep. This is what the world fear. Because once you wake up, there's no putting you back to sleep. So now, what I'm reading right now, I want you to type this in right now. Don't tell me I didn't give you a source. Type this in right now as I speak, or write this down. And I'm going to say it very, very slowly. I'm going to come out of the Necronomicon by H.P. Lovecraft. Necronomicon by H.P. Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft. That's H.P. Lovecraft. The Necronomicon. It's a cult book. Go read it. Go check it out. Go buy it. All of that. It's a pretty good book if you understand mythology and if you understand codes, because it's a great bit of codes. It's a little bit of codes in it. But nevertheless, it's telling a story of actual true people. And this is what they're talking about when we talk about great old ones. When you look at that video, the great old ones is back. Yeah, we back. Yeah, we here. We the most ancient spirits in the physical body. Although if you think less of yourself and say, well, nah, it's impossible, then you've already spoke against your own melanin. But we talking about this monster, this sleeping giant that's within inside of you that people are sleeping on. The whole world is sleeping on this sleeping giant, which is you. So now, who is the great old ones? Now, again, I want you to type this in. H.P. Lovecraft, Necronomicon, the Cthulhu Mythos. So now, the great old ones are far less mobile than the outer gods, which you would call your divine, your angels of light that are not in the physical body, but are outside of this dimension. They're very out there. They're so far away that they don't interact with human outer gods. Indeed, many great old ones are in prison. Now, as I read this, now listen. As I read this prophecy, I want you to think, who's in this state right now, suffering? So when I read this to you, I want you to use your own mind and use your cognitive thinking. Because I'm not going to tell you exactly who it is. I'm going to just read the mythology and let you figure it out. It says, listen very closely and read along. It says, many great old ones are in prison, unable to move until some catastrophic occurs that unbinds them at this point of release. Some prophecies predict the ending of worlds, the ascension of the ascension of the great old one to the realms of the outer gods for mortals. So let's really think and ponder and use our brain. All right. Prophecies predict the ending of worlds and the ascension of the great old one. So it will be for this particular people, because the great old ones is plural. So it means it's not just one being, but it's a large group of beings that are descendants of the original being. So the great old ones and their ascension of the great old ones to the realms of that. So basically, the great old ones are trying to get back to from which they came from. They got densed in to a physical and are subject to cosmic struggles. It's going to talk about this. The great old ones are currently in prison. So let's just think. Okay, am I saying that they're in prison, like in a jail cell behind bars? No. That's just, it's talking about spiritual incarceration. It's talking about spiritual imprisonment. You have to think. Don't think with a rational mind. It's talking about spiritual imprisonment. A few beneath the sea, some inside the earth, and still others in distant planetary systems and beyond. The reason for their captivity is not known, but there are two prevailing theories. So the first theory is what? They were sequestered by the elder gods for committing past transgressions, or two, they are sealed off somehow from the rest of the universe by their own violation. According to the first theory, the great old ones were once demembers or servants of the elder gods. When they committed some unknown blasphemy, they were cast out and imprisoned in various places in the universe. The great old ones impatiently await the time of their release, eager to seek retribution against their jailers. So, this group of people, when they awaken, because it says when they ascend, the ascension of the great old ones. So in their elevation, they're ready. They can't wait to get out of their prison, because They want to, they're eager to seek retribution against their jailers. So they want to go to those that trapped them down in the first place. So somebody sent a stress call to bring them down here to help save this planet. And eventually, they weren't able to come back when they came. And if they slowed down the vibration rate, that's how, if you want to, if you want to trap an ancient and powerful spirit, put it into a physical body, because you're limited in the physical body. You're not limited as a spirit. You're limited in the physical body. You can't do what you want to do, what you really want to do. So you want to seek those who put you in this situation. The second theory holds that the greater ones are intently quiescent. To the account for this, it is possible that the universe experiences cosmic cycles similar to the seasons of the earth. So, in the winter, didn't we just come out of wintertime? What is wintertime? A dead season. There's no flowers, there's no herbs, there's no plants, there's nothing. The grass is not green, it's brown. So you have a dead season, and we're about to go into spring, which is the new year, by the way. The flowers is finna come back up. So you talking about a cosmic cycle like that. There's a good time and there's a bad time. Over and over and over and over and over again. Just as some animals hibernate during the winter, so too must the present cosmic cycle. If this is so, the great old ones are currently trapped by powerful cosmic forces. Replay. The great old ones are currently trapped by powerful cosmic forces and must remain so until such time as the stars are right. The event whereupon they are released and can reveal once more across the cosmos. The great old ones are poorly understood beings. So nobody understands these great old ones. It's a mystery. It's a conspiracy with them. It's a conspiracy, a plot against their awakening. Why is it that nobody wants them to awaken? Why? And furthermore, you got to ask yourself this question: why was it necessary to trap them? Could it be that they had the most potential out of all the beings to be great, or the most potential to be the rulers not only of this realm but of all realms? The great old ones are poorly understood beings who are said to dwell in the darkest between the stars, a place known as dark tapestry of the dominion of the black. Now, if you talk about dominion of the black, what does that remind you of? That reminds you of the Egyptian deity Osiris, Asar. Asar is the god of black, melanin. He sits in the dark planetary system, which is what? The star system of Orion. That constellation. Orion, or Orion, and also the god of the underworld, the god of the ancestral realm, Asar, the god of the underworld, the ruler of the underworld. So these beings, if Asar is the god of the black god, then the people would probably look like him. I'm not going to give the answer. You use your own brain. What is known is that they are truly ancient and probably predate not only the world of the Galderon, but also its more human-like gods. Oh, so hold up. So is it making a correlation between the god and the human? And the human is godlike? They are thought to be of a vast alien intelligence. The reason why I said that it is known that they are thought to be a vast alien intelligence. You know what we just said a minute ago. The brother was going over into the other videos, the melanocytes. These melanocytes within us are microscopic intelligences, alien intelligence, extraterrestrial intelligences. Yeah, with inside of your body. I just played the clip. He was saying that the things that you say that you these outside entities, they're only from within inside of you. So it's an aspect of yourself that you're dealing with and evoking, tapping into your shadow. You tapping into your shadow, part of yourself. So this alien intelligence that mortals investigate at their own peril. Those who follow them and draw magical power from their worship are almost always insane. So these group of people that are descendants that are these greater ones, everybody is using their energy up. Everybody wants to use their energy. Whether it's to pray to something, they always got to do something involving giving up their energy to be subservient to something. But in reality, they are the ones that are the most that are far beyond, more greater than the ones that they call on. So it's a matter of knowing your own self. So it says, believing that these ancient beings will one day return to unmake the world. Believing that these ancient beings will one day unmake the world. Greater ones, despite some of their limited ability to travel, whether it be, in the traveling in the sense of going from place to place, or even traveling in different dimensions, because there's certain things that you must know in order to get out of this gate and open the gate. Like what Tupac said, how can I pop this freaking gate to get me free up out of here? How can you pop this freaking gate? If you want to know, go get the book, The Emerald Tablets of Thought. He show you how to pop the gate. It says, may influence the wider universe via dreams, mind control, and this influence may stretch well beyond their prisons to other. So, the great old ones. Who are the great old ones? The great old ones are the ones that are looked down upon. Those that are looked down upon and are degenerates. Those that um have so much hidden potential but haven't seen their potential yet. They're sleeping giants. Because little do they know, they don't know the power that they have. So it's a giant that sleeps. Just because we're in a sleep state now doesn't mean that once we tap into, and see, this is why it's important for the indigenous people to rise up, and those also with the indigenous people that are not indigenous to rise up, because we're headed. It's the time to awaken. This is the age of enlightenment. This is the age of information. Sleeping giant is awakening. So now, I'm gonna give you an example of the sleeping giant. I'm gonna give you an example. The Haitian Revolution. Voodoo was especially forbidden in the French colonies, and from the very beginning of the colonists tried to vain to crush it. Voodoo prevailed despite the whites' efforts, nurtured in the secret by the colony first slaves. During European colonialism, and the Haitian Revolution, Voodoo played a singular role for the slaves. So everybody have heard of the Haitian Revolution and how the only revolution that they did was to use spiritual power, spiritual forces. That is the whole thing to indigenous people rising. Like what the dude said, you think you're gonna win by using a freaking gun, nigga? Is you crazy? The only way you're gonna mess something up is through this stuff. And I'm about to show you what it is in a minute after I read this. Was it colonialism and the Haitian Revolution played revolution voodoo played a singular role for the slaves. Despite rigid prohibitions, voodoo was indeed one of the few areas of totally outnumerous activity for the um, African slaves. As a religion and a viral spiritual force, it was a source of the psychological liberation. Psychological liberation. I repeat, psychological liberation. In that it enabled them to express their ramified, that self-existence they objectively recognize through their own labor. Voodoo further enabled the slaves to break away psychologically form the very real and concrete chains of slavery and to see themselves as independent beings. It in short, it gave them a sense of human dignity and enabled them to survive. So I think that everybody, indigenous and everybody, need to take some notes right now because we done did everything else. What else do we have left? What else do we have? Nothing. So at least we need to fall to this side. People always, I always see black people always talking about, well, we're going, military. Look, we don't have a military, okay? But then people want to say, well, let's make technology make a gun. Do you not know that when you make the technology to have a gun, right? Of course, they listen to every phone call, every wireless internet, and all these things. Eventually, they're going to find out, and what they're going to do, they're going to raid your home. So, any scientists out there that make these things, now unless you got some underground bunker or somewhere, and even then, they still gonna know because they got satellites. So okay, so you talking about making a gun? All they gotta do is just raid your home and take them. Okay, so economics, money. Okay, we're gonna do economics. Then what? Then what? Oh, Black Wall Street. Well, Black Wall Street didn't survive because it didn't have a military. They'll just go bomb your home. They'll just go bomb your business. So we like every leader that has come through have tried to do economics, and where has it got us? And it's not in the sense the men that and the people that came up and did these things, they wasn't sincere. Of course they were sincere because they believed that what they was gonna do was work. I ain't gonna never take that away. You can't take that away from them. But you need to realize that we done tried. Okay, so now what? What else? What else have we? You can X that off the list. Economics, you can X that off. There's no such thing as every black person, coming together in this time. Every black person gonna hold no, because a lot of us are still stuck in a certain programming. So why not try the things that was successful for us? You see what I'm saying? We doing it shocks me. It really shocks me that I see everybody talking about everything, but not this though. Talk about this. Nobody is talking about this. Nobody is talking about how we were successful in this. It'll make you think that we'll just think in our own minds as a people and say, that worked for us. We should get back into that. We talking about everything but this. You know why? Because we scared. We have a programming because we're scared. We're afraid. We're scared. But how you gonna be afraid of something that we created? We brought this stuff down from the spiritual realm to the physical. We did this. And you're gonna be afraid? Afraid of what? Yourself? Because that's who you're running from. I have to tell it like it is. The spirits want me to come direct when I speak on this, because I'm not speaking for myself. I got a whole nation behind me, which is my ancestors. And this is what they're trying to tell you through the airways. This is what they're trying to tell us. Why are we not focusing on what worked for us? Stop talking about military. If you rise up against the military, you got to think strategically. If you rise up, if let's just say we get an army or whatever you want to say, the technology that they have, what I mean, logic. I mean, realistically speaking, they have technology that we ain't even seen yet. and they, I mean, do you not know that they have a beam of light that they can shoot? It's a beam. They ain't even brought it out yet. I don't even think they're gonna use it in war until the future. But they got some stuff. But they wouldn't even have to use that on us. All they would have to do is bomb the communities in less than 24 hours. Even Umar Johnson said, if black people rose up against white supremacy, if we rose up against white supremacy now, they will bomb you. They will bomb us in less than 24 hours. Talking about going to war with what? A stick and a pistol? Like y'all, I swear, like y'all not really thinking. Like y'all just thinking, but y'all is thinking from a westernized mindset. You can't defeat. You see, when are you gonna learn? We never used a gun until this time. And I know a lot of you out there might say, well, if magic was so great, why did Egypt fall? Why did this fall? Because it was time. What is the cycle of a butterfly? Think. Eventually, you get out of that stage.
What goes up must come down.
What goes up must come down.
And
A butterfly doesn't stay a caterpillar forever.
what comes down must come up. So just like the brother is saying, Indigenous rising, that which has fallen down must come up. We have been seeds planted in the new, in a new ground,
Yep.
ready to sprout, sprouting now. You know what I'm saying? So
Lotus.
yes, sir. You're right on point, bro.
And so This is what we talking about. This is what we talking about, spiritual evolution, revolution. Because with this, a gun wouldn't even be needed. You use your shadow. A gun is not needed. But see, we've just been lost for so long, thinking that we can fight their fight. You don't fight their fight. Don't y'all understand? It's like we playing checkers and they playing chess. Checkmate, they got your ass. Because every time you think about using a gun, they're like, they thinking like us now. While the whole time they using your stuff, they using your magic, your rituals, everything, and they beating you down with it every day. But there's a remedy for that. There's a remedy for that. Go back into doing what works for you, the indigenous peoples of America, the indigenous peoples in South America. You here in America, your bloodline, you a mutation. You a new being. You a new breed. We're a new breed. We're not the African that's in Africa. We're mixed mutation, a new creation.
Alchemy is the science of transmutation. So we are a transmutation of that which is already existing.
Come on. See, the ancient Kemites and ancestors, they knew this already. They prophesied this. And,
We are
go
the,
read
we are
the
the
wisdom
gold.
of Emotep.
The lead has been turned to gold.
Yeah.
That's
Everybody knows something special about us, but we don't know it. And the reason why we don't know it, like this is the whole thing. You Cthulhu. You the ones that's Cthulhu. You the great old ones that they talking about. But you got to know that. You got to know that it's something that's sleeping inside of you that they don't want to come out. Look at the clip Dragon Ball Z when he was transforming. We have transformed. We are we are here, and don't y'all know, man? Like we're able, like the indigenous peoples, man. We're able to. We could really do some stuff, man, with this. But we got to stop being afraid and understand that um, you are your melanin is much stronger. Why do you? Yeah, I know every one of y'all have seen um what's the hidden colors? Hidden colors. Don't you know they snatch up every Native American, black, brown, indigenous person in America, take your organs. Why you think these children been coming up missing all of a sudden? Any idea? Any coincidence? Because they want that stuff that's in you. They don't do this to the Africans. Show me one African from Africa they do this to. Harvesting their organs, taking out your brain, taking out your melanin, because they know that stuff, man, is it's like, and they sell it too. All these organ donors,
or do
it's
you,
all in hidden colors because they know it's something special about your melanin in particular. This melanin is some type of something else. It ain't. It's far beyond.
it's from the pineal glands.
Yeah,
Where do you think they get their melatonin from? The melatonin pills
exactly.
that they sell on the market as drugs. It must come from human beings.
Exactly.
Unless you're putting an animal melatonin inside of you.
And this is known. I'm shocked that a lot of people don't even know that they harvesting organs and selling them. And it's something that shit that's expensive too. You get billions of dollars off of harvesting organs. That's been a business in America for thousands of years, and people don't even know that.
Melanin exists within those organs too.
Yeah.
So how do we use this magic to then uh, bring us to this re-evolution?
I'm about to get into it now. It says during the revolution, voodoo brought together this um desperate forces in colony, uniting various rebel factions to fight side by side. In the 9th and 20th centuries, voodoo was widely misunderstood in the rest of the world. Hollywood portrayed the religion as a um, primitive and savage, ignoring its rich history and complexity. Many researchers have misunderstood its relationship with Catholicism, which it has masked it at times, fused with voodoo as it has developed over the centuries, and even the Catholics in Rome, yes, they do it too. You know, they do white magic and all these different things. Also, they just do it so that the people can't see it, but they do it behind closed doors. They have altars set up. They do it behind closed doors because they don't want you to know that they are using it too, but they are. What you think they be doing in Bohemian Grove? That's another thing.
Hey, bro, you know, I wanted to explain a story of mine that I had. I went to this church in Milwaukee, and for some reason we ended up going through the back. So we ended up going through like the back part of the church. And tell me why there was a black Jesus on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a black Jesus. But then when you went into the bigger church area, you know, they had their statue of all the saints were white and all this and stuff. And you know, I have nothing against the color. I'm just, you know, observing, you know, with my eye, like, okay, why is there a difference? And you know, I found out that that back part was the priest's office. So you know, I just started to question myself, you know, what was going on, you know, in the Catholic Church, you know?
That's right.
Because I know actually the Pope worships the Black Madonna.
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty. It was pretty interesting, you know. And when you said that, what you were speaking about just now, kind of sparked my idea of that. So I just wanted to bring that up, just for the viewers, so they can get some my personal hand experience with that type of idea.
Most definitely. So now what you're looking at, the dark self lord. If you want power to be able to defend yourself against your enemies, you gotta become that which you're afraid of. You gotta go into the underworld in your unconscious mind. You can do that by simply just going into a meditation, and or you can actually make it easier for yourself. Go to Google and put in theta brainwaves, or if not, yeah, go to theta brainwaves. Theta. Theta will put you in a dreamlike state, and you will be in your unconscious mind. So get back to your stuff. Don't let them tell you, that's that, you know, that's the no. Everything is the opposite in this world. If they say don't go there, go there. If they say that's bad, go into it. Everything is the opposite. So you looking at and when you will look at the movie Star Wars, Anakin, he was dealing with the good side at first, you know, trying to, you know, he was fighting this and that. Then the guy approaches him and says, you know, come join the dark side of the force, because he needed to balance. He was balancing he was balancing the energies. You see what I'm saying? He was there. He had to turn into Dark Vader to balance the energy, to balance the universe, to bring balance. So that was the whole purpose of him going into the dark side. He needed to balance the the energy, and you come to find out it was power in it, man. So you see that there, if only you knew the power of the dark side. And you see they doing ceremony. That's an altar. That's a dark altar. Now, even what my brother said on Facebook, he said, working with energies ain't nothing to play with, but it's nothing to be afraid of. So it ain't a game. Of course, you don't approach it like it's a game, like it's for fun. No. You don't play with it, like it's some kind of board game, like the Ouija board. And you know what I mean? Like you don't go into it like that, or with that mindset, like, oh, it's the Ouija board. I just want to have some fun and see what happens. What's your intention? What's your reason for?
Yeah, if the viewers want to learn more on how to actually access the spiritual realm, the Temple Divine offers that solution. Ask us about our classes. We have 7-day ritual classes where we help you guys do the 7-day chakra classes, as well as other classes as well. Don't forget to ask us about those, if you are interested, because we need a group of people together in order to do a class. Now, we can do individual classes, but we would rather do them in group, because then we can, be able to teach in a better fashion. But, just don't forget to ask us about that. You can contact us at the Temple Divine on Facebook, or here in YouTube. So just send us a message, or templedivine99@gmail.com. So yeah, just wanted to mention that.
We also have a GoFundMe page, so we're gonna put that out there. But yeah, so that's the end of the presentation. I hope that each of you was greatly edified and gained some level of understanding from it. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this again. Let me play this back. Hold on. You can see my screen, bro? Can you see it?
Yep, we can see it.
Oh. Gotta get this one more time. So I love that video, man. So with that being said, man, fear does not exist.
Yeah, man. So we appreciate those that tuned in today. We're gonna call this a video, and we appreciate those of you guys who can make it out, man. And this is a live broadcast. Ross Timotheos here. We got Elijah Akwesi, both high priestess to Temple Divine, and we're here with you guys bringing more information. So be sure to check out another video. I think we're gonna do a part 3 to this, because in the last part we tried to do this video live broadcast, but it ended up getting technical difficulties. So we decided to come back, strong men, and bring our forces together and balance it out. So now hopefully we can do a part 3 to this video. you know, Indigenous Rising. This will be a series, so we'll have more videos, more parts to this series coming up soon for you guys. And if you guys would like us to mention anything, or to make, you know, got some ideas or subjects you guys want us to make videos on, just let us know. Hit us up in the questions, comments, and we'll try to see what we can do. Thanks for everything, and you know, hope you guys enjoyed the presentation. Peace.
Peace.